everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Amy and this is Amy's Chit Chat. I used to be on YouTube before and I got rid of my channel because of various reasons. I wasn't necessarily going to be keeping up to date with that channel at the time, and things were happening where I couldn't do that anyway. So this video is mainly going to be about where I've been, what I've been doing, how am I on my Slimming World journey, weight loss, whatever else, talking about all different types of things. My videos before used to be mainly just about Slimming World. Now I want to address a few different things that might just help a few people with some different subjects really. So let's get into the video. Okay, so in 2014 I decided to do a weight loss program. I wasn't sure which one was going to be the one for me, whether it would be Weight Watchers, Slimming World, the Cambridge Diet, you know, of everyone that you could see advertised. So I decided to do the Slimming World plan and everything was going really well. I remember starting around about the beginning of January in 2014 and I started recording my YouTube videos in March. I made a lot of nice friends on there, got into Instagram, really enjoyed the diet. I lost about 4 stone, and then about a year later or 2 years later, things happen in life as they do, and I ended up putting it all back on. So in the last year or two, what I've tried to do, instead of like gunning for it, really trying to lose it fast, and this is what happened to me. I lost it fast and I basically couldn't maintain it because I felt it too much pressure. The last couple of years I've got that back off again, so I've still got around about 8 stone to lose, which, you know, it might seem daunting to some people, but at the end of the day that's just got to be the way it is. But I've been able to maintain it more by having a variation of different foods. I don't just restrict myself from, you know, every bad thing that there is on the planet. I don't think, oh no, you can't have that, you can't have this. So what I've been doing is I've been taking it day by day, and if things come up like a wedding, if things come up like a party, if friends are around for dinner, etc., then I will have it, because at the end of the day, life is life. So I've been doing it that way and it seems to be working for me. Weeks can vary, in my opinion. You can have a really good week where you are completely on plan, and then it'll come around to Saturday and you can kind of, you know, I find with myself, ease off just a little bit. So anyway, in saying that, I went onto Instagram at the beginning of the year and said I was going to be starting my YouTube video. Well, now I just wanted to come on here to say that the last time I had it, I felt slightly that it was taking over, in the respect that I felt like if I didn't upload a weight loss video every week, then I'd have to answer to somebody. So this is why this channel is going to be a variation of different things. So I will be letting you know about my Slimming World journey and my weight loss journey in every other video that I do, to keep you up to date with what I have to eat on a regular basis and how I go about maintaining this life plan or life journey, because as we all have heard before, calling it a diet, which is essentially what it is, but it's kind of a lifestyle change, and let's face facts, it's something that everybody needs to take into consideration. As I'm 35 now, and I think you've got to think of your heart health and you've got to think of diabetes and everything like that, and also you just want a good structure and healthy balance to life. Also, like about this video, I'm going to be discussing with you something that I haven't really discussed with many people, and that is, for 13 years now, I've been intensely dealing with anxiety. I've been diagnosed with health anxiety, GAD, general anxiety disorder, and also I have seasonal adjustment disorder. The seasonal adjustment disorder, I think everybody to a degree has some sort of, either they prefer the dark or they prefer the light. Unfortunately, my depression tends to come along when it is darker days and darker evenings. I think everybody tends to feel slightly brighter when the sun's out. But that's like the least of it all. My health anxiety, when I was younger, I had things like I had scarlet fever, for instance sake. I had extreme illnesses throughout my childhood, which in later life now, I was told that I had slight PTSD over situations through when I was a child. So my health anxiety coincides with depression and very, very intense feelings of loneliness, even though I'm in a house full of people. And they do tend to say that you can be in a house full of people and you still can feel really, really lonely. Now, that's not because I don't have support from my partner, from my daughter, from my mum, whoever's around me, my friends, give me support, but sometimes you just need to be aware that you're not alone with this if somebody in the house doesn't understand your situation. And some of you might know me on here from Instagram and from my old YouTube videos. I was the type of person who'd come on the camera and everything would be cosy and happy and everything be like, yeah, everything's perfect. Things have changed for me quite dramatically over the last few years. From 2014 to now, my confidence levels have probably gone from a 10 to easily about a 2. So I'm now on the journey, as well as my weight loss, to not only concentrate on the physical outlook of me, I'm also on a journey to sort out my mental health. And if this can help just one person, then fantastic news, because at the end of the day, I think it's about time that we spoke up. I think it's about time that nobody had this stigma around of hypochondria, which that word now is gone. Feeling like you can't talk to someone because of being judged, feeling that you can't speak out because you might be classed as a bad mom or a bad dad, or anything in that regard, where you feel like you can't open up to a stranger if you need to and just say, you know something, do you need a chat? Are you okay? If I ever see anybody that like upset anywhere, I tend now to just say, look, are you okay? And I think there's a lot that goes on behind closed doors, and I think that my weight has also had something to do with my depression side of things, because I wear plus size clothing. I love fashion, I love hair, I love makeup. If you know me from back in the day, then you know how I love those things. But I'm going to be honest with you and say, yeah, as men and women now, that they tend to really look after themselves. You've got things like Love Island and you watch Geordie Shore and all that, and you do tend to think, oh God, I want to look like this, I want like that. So we all do what we can to make sure that we feel good about ourselves, having our hair done, putting our makeup on, buying clothes, and that goes to men as well, of course. I mean, in our society now, men look after themselves fantastically. But at the same time, I have a 17-year-old daughter, and the pressure for these young girls and young lads these days to compare themselves to people who have that look about them, if you understand what I mean. It can be very daunting and it can be very pressureful, especially in schools and with friends surrounding you. And I think this is where my depression comes from, is the fact that I've always been into hair, makeup and clothing. I've always felt like, oh God, I've had comments in the past to me, which was in 2014. They said, which is quite hard for me to say, but I have had on 2 or 3 separate occasions, one from a friend. You do realise, you're quite nice looking, but if you was thin, you'd be really lovely looking. And I think to myself, well, these sort of comments don't help. These sort of things don't help when you're on a weight loss journey. You just feel constantly knocked. You don't feel like some people will think, well, okay, I've lost 3-4 stone. I still don't feel good. I still don't feel like I've achieved anything. But then you look back at pictures and you think to yourself, God, you really have achieved something. Now, the good thing is with the Slimming World plan is that you can convert any kind of takeaway into what they call a fakeaway, as we all know, which is really, really good. Yeah, it involves cooking, but doesn't eating a takeaway, doesn't it contradict everything that Slimming World's about if you just pick up and phone for a pizza? When you can make your own, when you can make your own Chinese, Indian food, everything. We all deserve a treat now and again, by all means. Phone up Domino's. Of course. But you want. But I do personally believe, and this is coming from someone who has a mental health issue, to you before you have to concentrate on your outer appearance and worry about that. I think that it is about time that the society we're in today stop worrying about our physical appearance so much and concentrate more on why we are feeling the pressure and why we are feeling the need to change because of what we look like. I definitely, in this past year, couldn't have even worried about Slimming World. March last year, I walked into my mother's house and my dad says you need to come down immediately because he walked into the room and there was blood all over the place. My mum was bleeding internally and she had lost a lot of weight, but it was gradual, so you wouldn't notice. The week before, she's perfectly fine. We went to the hospital and they thought she had something called multiple myeloma, which is cancer of the blood and of the cells and stomach cancer, all sorts of things, and it was looking really, really grim. That was an extremely stressful part of my life, and there's millions of people out there who can understand when a parent has something wrong with them. And luckily it turns out that she had, in a nutshell, a 75% stomach loss. So basically acid had burnt away 75% of her stomach. They fixed her up. Brilliant. And then it triggered off things that happened in my childhood. So for instance sake, I had PTSD after I had scarlet fever. I became afraid of the doctors because doctors for me when I was younger tended to be bad news. So then I ate more. And then I had Tia, my daughter, at 17. And then obviously I had preeclampsia. So after the preeclampsia, I started eating more. And when you eat more, you pile on the weight. Then I lost weight, and then I had a breakup, and then with Tia's dad, and then I ate more. And then you lose weight. And then it just... so many traumatic things happened. Then I had my uncle pass away, who was like a dad to me. He was the same kind of feeling I have towards my actual dad. So much love, and he was sort of like a second father figure to me. A couple of years before that, my nan died. So it was just so regimented. Every other year there was some sort of problem, and it always was associated with hospitals and doctors. So then I was in touch with a company from the Midlands area anyway, called Healthy Minds, and they told me basically I have health anxiety, I have depression, I have PTSD, and now I'm now trying to fix these problems. But I do feel like I've only got like 10 fingers on 2 hands. Therefore, I haven't got enough fingers for each of my problems. So I've got to work on each one by one, eliminating them as best as I can. And plus I have this whole bubble about weight loss. People judge you or knock you. You haven't got to think to yourself, oh, you know, I should lose weight because so-and-so thinks so. Or so-and-so thinks you'd look better thinner. I am now going to try and make this channel into a video about gaining confidence, about talking to you about the treatment I'm going to be having with my Healthy Minds team to try and sort out this situation that I'm in, and talking to you about my weight loss. And it has been a long time since I've spoken to you all, and it's just a quick video to say that I'm back. And if you want to subscribe, comment, share, like my video, give it a thumbs up, that's been brilliant. But all I'm saying is we are all in this together. In some way or other, there is always going to be someone you know with a mental health issue or some sort of anxiety, depression, wanting to lose weight, and I think it all coincides with each other. And if anybody needs to talk, I know I'm a stranger to you, but I am on here at the end of the phone, I'm at the end of a comment, whatever you want to do, that's fine by me. Lastly, I am going to be uploading my Slimming World videos to you. I'm going to be uploading weight loss. I'm going to be uploading mental health things and just story times, different things about being a teenage mom, being living in such when I was in the makeup industry, having perfection, being judged, things like that. Plus size fashion, definitely going to be showing you some of my outfits, definitely be going to show you some shopping hauls, and hoping that you like my channel. So if you like this, like I said, give me a thumbs up, share, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.